Are you a parent or a guardian of children or lots of kids? Maybe they're spoiled. Maybe they have challenges. Maybe they're just, maybe they cry for no reason. Listen. Oh, maybe they cry for no reason at all. Well, guess what? There probably is a reason, and it's called trapped emotions. And today we're here to help. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Losier. Welcome to Saturday Morning Bro Show. I'm a certified emotion code practitioner, and I'm here with my bro. Good morning, John.
Good morning. John Inverarity here, certified emotion code, certified body code. Loving these emotion code bro shows. Yeah, this is episode 22.
I know, we're 22. And I'm here in beautiful Victoria, BC. It's on a small island on the west coast of Canada. And John, you are?
I'm in Vancouver, just a stone throw away from Victoria on the west coast of Canada. Yeah,
No, not really, until it's time to get off the island. Then it's not a stone's throw. It's a 3.5 hour ferry ride or an expensive Air Canada flight. Yeah, that's the challenge living here. If you're not off the island by 9 o'clock, you're not getting off. So, sweet Christmas. Look at the comments already today. Well, like always, today we are looking for you. John, who do we want to get participation from today? What do they need to do? Let them know, please.
Moms and dads, guardians with children that are having some emotional downs. So just like Michael described before, traumatized, just acting out, hard time in school or with siblings.
Or you're wondering maybe why your kids don't like the food you don't like. Did you teach them that? Did you teach them that like spinach and tomatoes and broccoli? No, we think it was carried on from trapped emotions. So, if your child doesn't like certain foods or is spoiled, we're not blaming the mother or the father. Okay, just a little bit, not purpose. It could have been trapped emotions. Anyway, if there's an irregular behavior in your child, we want to help you with that. John, what do we need to do for them to be selected today?
Well, you need to be watching live.
Yeah.
And you need to comment just in the comment section here in Facebook and let us know that we can work with your child. Say, I have a child. We need a description of what's going on. So some context of what's going on with your little one. And permission. So that's about it.
I'm smiling because I'm reading some notes. Charity West says, can the child be a cat? Well, probably in your world, it's a child. But we should probably do another pet show. We did a show on pets, so we can, not today, but we can definitely work on cats and dogs and horses. But today is children.
People. Yeah.
You know what your
next one. Yeah, we'll do another fur baby one.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to call that. So good stuff. John, who's saying what this morning? And by the way, if you are watching, let us know where you're calling from. Give us a shout out. Please, we'd love for you to share today's show. And if you're listening on the podcast, good morning. We've got a lot of podcast listeners. And we are here today to serve you. Like always, we are going to give you the 7 keys to the process. We're going to get down to business. We're going to do probably if we can find 2 people today, 2 live emotion code sessions. A couple things happen, John, when we choose people. What are some of the guidelines if the people accept to be a recipient of an emotion code process today? What can they expect in the future? Cindy Candy Corn.
You're going to get a nickname. We have some fun here on the Bro Show. Yeah, so you're going to get a nickname like Maria Mouse or Sophie Giroux.
Yeah, Sophie Giroux who couldn't poo. That didn't last very long. Cindy Candy Corn, Lorraine Licorice, Diane Cheese Whiz, Denise Desserts.
Kelly Claustrophobia.
Yeah, Kelly Claustrophobia. Speaking of Kelly Claustrophobia and all of our friends, John, we've got a special episode coming up on November 18th. You know what's cooking on November 18th? We have a special panel. We won't be doing an emotion code process that day, but we're inviting our friends. We are going to play Brady Bunch Hollywood Squares. What does that mean to our friends at home?
Well, we're going to have probably half a dozen, 6 people on, and there's going to be the Brady Bunch Squares.
That's right.
Full panel.
I don't think I could be in the middle on purpose, but wouldn't it be nice to look up and see Charity West, Lorraine Licorice, Diane Cheese Whiz, look down and see Denise Desserts, just like they do in the Brady Bunch.
Let's call your
panel.
Yeah.
So next week, we're going to give you a link. And to be on the panel, only a few requirements. Good hair. Headset. Now, I don't have a headset because I have a special microphone, so that's why I can get away with it. And it is my show. And what else do we need? Oh, and just good lighting and a quiet room. That's all. Quiet room, good lighting, earbuds, and obviously internet access. And you can join us on the panel. I think, I've got some people in mind. I know we've got people interested that want to join us on that live show. So, and what's my other announcement? Oh, tomorrow or Monday, my 5-day money program starts. It's at 6 o'clock Pacific. I have room for one more person. One more person. There's going to, it's total Brady Bunch next week because I'm going to have 7 or 8 people on the panel. Each of them get 10 emotion code sessions. You saw the hashtag, you know what, that goes down with the minute on here, one emotion code session. Imagine having 10 a day around money for 5 days and then a half-hour one-on-one session within a month of doing that program. So I'm taking one more person. And then next month, I'm doing my money class and my weight loss class in the evenings. So one will be at 6 and one will be at 7. So if you've been holding off signing up for the weight loss class, next month we're doing it in the evening. So I'm moving them both into the evenings. And I think that's it, John. That's all the announcements I wanted to make. You posted an article yesterday that was interesting. Tell people where you posted it and what the article was about. We're going to have a chat about that, and then we're going to start the 7 keys.
Yeah, I posted it on in your emotion code hangout room. So we'll post the link in the comments here if you're not in there. But if you are in there, check it out. It's really interesting. So it's from scientificdaily.com. Mental health diagnosis rise significantly for military children. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and we're helping children with these symptoms like hyper PTSD. And
I think what prompted you to do that yesterday, because I was offline, I was telling you that I was working with a woman yesterday, and her 9-year-old little girl doesn't want to be around her grandfather and her grandmother, and she didn't know why. Well, she knew why, because her grandfather had PTSD, so her grandfather had it, so she had it, and now her daughter has it, and they were hyper vigilant, they were hyper angry, and just a little girl trying to figure that out. So I did an emotion code session, and I talked to you about it because it was the first time that I ever had this experience when I was doing an emotion code session, and the first emotions were not the little girls. That's pretty odd for me. Usually it's your own trapped emotions, and you eventually blame the grandmother, and not blame them, but get there. But yesterday, boom, it was grandfather number one, and it was these emotions that this little girl was having: anger and bitterness and resentment and fear and terror. And her grandfather was in 2 wars, right? So and then I worked on the mother and I worked on the little girl. So I'm very excited to, and by the way, the daughter wasn't even in the room. I had permission from the mother. So that's what we're going to do today. If you have a child, they don't need to come to the call today. We just need your permission. We're going to need to know their age and what the problem is. So, and then John, you posted that. So it's true. Sometimes people would have used the word, oh, it's in their DNA, but this isn't really in their DNA. This is in their vibration. So if your dad or your grandfather or grandmother were in any wars and you think they're suffering some symptoms of PTSD, we're doing a special episode on that, John. And I think you might have wrote down the date of that. It was supposed to be November 11th, but I'm going to be away on that day. So I think it's the week before November 11th, whatever date that is.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we're going to be working on someone that has PTSD. We appreciate the sensitivity of all the subjects that we do here, and we like to make light and fun of it, hence the crying baby and all the nicknames. So please join us. John, we have created a stir out there today. Who's saying what, please?
Cindy Trost is giving us the hashtag emotion code bros.
Hey, yes, we love that. Thank you, Cindy. Good morning.
Yeah, and Misty Anderson is watching. Says good morning. She is hashtag Alaska Misty. Yeah, and Charity West says good morning from Lansing, Michigan.
Hey, Charity. Now, Charity worked with us on the Halloween candy, and she gave us a good update, and I think she gave us a hashtag Halloween candy no more. So Charity, why don't you be a dove? and give us a little post today about your Halloween candy. Now, she was inside the Michael Losier's Emotion Code Facebook group. Wonderful conversations going on there. We're going to give the link on how to join that. That room is for success stories and things that you've worked on as a practitioner or things that you've received as a client. It's very uplifting, and it's so lovely to hear people's comments. Speaking of the room, Chantel Nielsen is saying, good morning, bro. She's checking in from Utah. She can't stay for the whole show today, but she wanted to say hi. She's excited about my Train the Trainer program. You're excited? Ooh, I'm scared of myself. It is, I've been developing training programs. I'm the trainer's trainer. I've certified 460 people around the world on how to be razzle-dazzle trainers in front of the room. And John, if you remember, you came to Victoria, I put a program together. We did two live emotion code presentations on one day, and we filled our calendars from that. That was such an event. And then I end up doing them once a month here in Victoria. Very, very exciting. So I put together the workbook, or the manual, is 27 pages long, and this weekend I'm filming all the videos. So what I'm going to teach everybody is how you can build. These are for emotion code certified emotion code practitioners, or ones that are becoming one. And it is an online program. You can do it at your own pace and watch it over and over and over again online. It comes with a manual. I'm going to be giving you everything that you need to do. I'm going to be giving you the color and emotion code chart, what handouts to hand out, how to advertise the program, how to design your ads, what they should say, how to present the 7 keys that we're going to do today, what you need to say for each one, how to upsell to one-on-one sessions, how to design a multi-session like I'm doing next week. Say yes if that's a smart way to build a business. And I'm almost guaranteeing you will have people, but I know you're going to have people join that seminar, come up to the room and get a healing. And we're even going to tell you who to have. I say we because John's going to be a guest on this program, and we're going to present the 7 keys in a way that you should be doing it. And more importantly, who to bring to the front of the room so you can blow the you-know-what out of everybody in the room, so much so that they're running to the back of the room with their credit card and their sore back and their limp saying, I'm going to say it, just help me, okay? So Chantel, I'm looking forward. And anybody that signs up in the initial offering will get a 30-minute mentoring session from me. That means it'll just be you and I'm going to help you plan your strategy for your first presentation, and I'm going to set you up for success. That's what I do. I set people up for success. And you'll meet with me after you've done the whole program and say, okay, now I'm ready. It might even be emotion code sessions that we need to give you to actually do your first in-person. This is all about coming out of the not the law of attraction closet. This is everything about coming out of the emotion code closet. If you want to be the emotion code expert in your city and be known for your signature presentation, that's what we're calling it. I'm calling it a signature presentation. It'll be what they'll say, hey, you know what? Have you seen Chantel's presentation on the emotion code? Just like a restaurant that has a signature mile-high lemon meringue pie, you're going to have a signature emotion code presentation. John, we got to get started soon, but let's do a couple more hellos. And who else is saying what?
Sylvia Bellini is looking forward to a great show. She says, "Where's my tea?"
Yeah. They only drink tea in the UK. Sylvia Leva, hey Sylvia, I haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you again. She's saying, what if any of us as adults were a troubled child? How to resolve that emotion in a peace? How to resolve that emotions to a peaceful inner child now? Well, we won't be working with the inner child. We'll be working with the big Sylvia, right? There's a little Sylvia and the big Sylvia. So as an adult Sylvia, we can be working with your trapped emotions that you would have got as a child. And sometimes in the session, it says, do we need to know when you got it? Yes or no? But so Sylvia, we can definitely help you with that too.
Yeah. And Rachel Hartig Garachi says, good morning from Nebraska.
Yeah, Chris was going to ask about fur babies. Helena Jenkins, sorry, Helena, for messing up your name. She wants to be on the panel. Oh, we'd love that. Good. Yeah, Gwen Lorraine is saying, my island sounds so cool. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you a little about Vancouver Island. Victoria is Canada's #2 tourist destination, and it's very British here. Matter of fact, it's named after Queen Victoria because we're also ruled under the Queen from England, if you can imagine that. It is the home of the old growth forest. So you can, within 20 minutes of Victoria, you can be hugging 1,000-year-old trees in the beautiful forest, plus waterfalls. If you're coming to Victoria, give me a shout out. I'll give you a map on where to go because I have all my faves. I got all my favorite places to go.
I didn't know you're a tree hugger.
Oh, really? Oh, yes. I know all the forest. See, most of my friends have jobs, so they're not available during the week, and I don't like to go on the weekends. There's also a place called Avatar Grove, and it's called Avatar Grove because the trees have big, I want to say, warts or bumps on them, and they look like faces, and it's very spooky. And some of these trees are probably as wide as a van, like a big cargo van, a passenger van. They're that wide, and they're so tall you can't even look out. So I know all the trails, and I know where to take you. I know where they have suspension bridges. I know where the falls are, and I know which ones have bears on the trail. So there you go.
Nice. Sheldon Foster signed up for your abundance class. See you soon, Michael.
Sheldon Foster I'm taking him for lunch when I'm in Kansas City in a couple weeks. So yeah, Sheldon signed up for the money class this morning, so that left me with one space. Our friend Anthony Van Oyck is hooray for the Emotion Code Bros. We helped him. Now Audie is asking a couple questions. We might be working with her today, John. What does she say here? Does a child need to be present? First, no. And I give you permission. I have a 5-year-old niece. Can't be a niece. You have to be the mother or the guardian. I have a 5-year-old niece, Avery, and she has separation anxiety and ultra cautious. She's afraid of everything. She also behaves differently when she's with her father than when she's with me and my parents. Are you the guardian? It sounds like you might be the guardian, Audie. Just let us know. That's the rule, right, John? Do you want to explain what the...
Yeah, you got to be the guardian or parent. Yeah, you can't be just working on... yeah, we need permission from the legal guardian. Cass McRae is singing to us this morning, Michael. Whoa, whoa! It's the Emotion Code Bros.
He is a Canadian country and Western singer living on the East Coast. And if you know anything about the Canada East Coast music, it is very distinct, and I love it because I'm from the East Coast, so I love anything with that East Coast sound. Okay, so we are still looking for a couple volunteers to join us. Cindy Trost, I think she's got a hot button to do her emotion code. Hashtag emotion code bros rock. Michael Losier hiking guide. Love emotion code. Pumpkin spice no more. Emotion code's looking for you. We are, Cindy. We're looking for you.
Chris Katina is watching too, and we worked on her last week as well.
Yeah.
On chocolate malted milk balls. Yeah. I just got an update from her too. She's gone 7 days without them.
7 days. So, and if you go back and look at the video, I'm sure it wasn't more than 2 or 3 minutes that you worked on her to get rid of. Same with Charity West. Charity West, we worked on her Halloween candy. I worked on that. And I'm a show off. I was fast. I was faster than you. Not that we're comparing, John, or judging, but I was a little bit faster.
Yeah, the competitive bros. Yeah.
No.
There's a comment from Misty here. We don't see all the comments here, just so the viewers watching know that. Misty, you have a comment here. Just found out she was hiding something on her phone. Very inappropriate conversation. She's 13. So I haven't seen anything before that. So Misty, if you have a child in your, is that what you're referencing to? Could you give us another comment, and hopefully we can catch the next one here?
Yeah, I think that might be part 2 of her comment. I think Misty does have a young teenage girl, so
yeah.
We don't know what we're referring to specifically.
Oh, there's another one. She's feeling bad about herself and feeling like she has to do things to fit in. Okay, a little more information there. Thanks, Misty. I'm going to keep scrolling.
Yeah, I'm seeing here her daughter's 13. She's feeling bad about herself and feeling like she has to do things to fit in.
Yeah, and permission. I just saw permission from Misty here. Okay, so I guess these aren't in order either.
Now, we also have a term because when somebody dips more than once. Now, we've worked on Misty before, and we're going to work on her today. So what do we call? I think we have.
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Go check the archives.
She's loyal. We love to reward loyalty. So I think I'll work with you today, right? I'm going to work on Misty's daughter. I don't think I need to know her name, but if you don't mind sharing that, that could be helpful. She's 13. She's doing things that she doesn't feel like she fits in. We got Misty's permission, and yeah, Helena is now, Helena was also at one of my presentations in Victoria, maybe before she heard a lot about the emotion code. She came to a presentation. I razzle dazzled her. I can tell you that. And I think a couple of days after, she had an emotion code session. So Helena is actually going to give me a testimonial about coming to the live emotion code session, and just so other practitioners can hear. I got the hiccups.
Haley.
Whoa. It's Emotion Code Bro. See, I knew Cass. He's such an artist, right? I knew we'd do that. Is Haley here?
Haley is her name.
Oh, that's the girl I worked on yesterday. That's why I thought. Is Haley here? Okay, John, before I do a live emotion code session with Haley, why don't we talk about the emotion code process? Before we do that, we want to acknowledge and honor the founder, the creator, the magical genius of which is
Dr. Bradley Nelson. So he wrote the book on the emotion code.
It's a thick book. Most of it is stories, like success stories, just like the emotion code bro, the hangout room I have, it's success stories. It's very, like, just when you think, what else can you do, you know? And even since the book is written, there's a lot of stuff that I've been working on that's not even in the book. It's like someone says, can emotion code help with this? I said, you know what, so I'm gonna take a couple minutes, let's try it. So highly recommend the Emotion Code book by Dr. Bradley Nelson. There's a couple things that he talks about in the book that are important. Before we deliver the keys, John, can you tell us what those are, please?
Yeah, so one is the trapped emotion. So what is that? That is an unprocessed emotion from a past negative event. And so something you went through in the past, got stuck, and you're still living with, and it's rattling around in your body somewhere, influencing your tissues and influencing the way that you think as well, and your perception in the world, and also the subconscious mind. So the brain, the conscious and the subconscious is like an iceberg. So the conscious is like 10% above water, but the subconscious is the biggest part of it, 90% below water. And it's a supercomputer and the most complex object in the known universe. So very powerful. So the subconscious remembers everything about you, your life, everything you've eaten, smelled, tasted, done, every person you've met. So we communicate with the subconscious to find these trapped emotions.
Good. Two things. Trapped emotions, subconscious mind, both of those play an important role. John, I'm just seeing that Audie is saying that she is the primary caregiver of her niece. So you might want to consider that. Okay, John, now, by the way, if you're watching and we're talking about, the Train the Trainer program that we're doing together, just what John and I are doing right now will be part of what you will be doing in front of the room. Matter of fact, I'm going to be giving you the instructions on how to print these off because, as you know, they're not on paper. They're on these little foam boards. And, I've been using these for 25 weeks and they're not shiny either. If you plasticize them, they become too shiny. I'm going to tell you all the do's and don'ts on how to prepare these. John, you even have a set yourself. You printed them off.
I've got 2 sets, yeah.
Yeah, you got your Martha Stewart glue gun out and your Martha Stewart gun and your glue, and you did a set too. So we're going to be giving these. I'm going to be giving these to the people that are taking the certification. So John, we have 7 keys that that are part of the emotion code process. We're not teaching the emotion code process. We're teaching you what the elements of it. So John, here is key number 1 of the emotion code process. What is that?
It's the emotion code chart. So it's behind you, Michael. Here's an up close one. 2 columns, 6 rows, totaling 60 trapped emotions, narrowed down into convenient boxes of 5.
That's right. And remembering that the subconscious mind stores everything, what it also stored is it knows what trapped emotions are trapped and what's causing the problem that we want to talk about. So we want to find out, well, which one of those? Do I ask? Do I wait for a gut feeling or wait for a little hummingbird to fly by? How do I know when I've hit the right one, John? Well, we're going to be using what's called
muscle testing. So applied kinesiology is another name. Muscle testing kind of looks like this for some people. So what it is, it's an agreement. And you would loop 2 fingers, or you can use fingers like this, or some people use a pendulum as well. But we do muscle testing here. And so you loop like that. So this is yes. So this is agreement with me and my subconscious that when it sticks together and I ask a yes or no question, it sticks. And if it's a no, it'll just push through. So my name is John. I could say that. Yeah. My name is Dave. It would push through, and it's a no. So that is muscle testing. We got that chart, and we got muscle testing.
That's right. We are going to use muscle testing and review the chart. And when we find out the right one, our muscles will say, that's the right one. Now, because we're doing it on your behalf, it's like we're going to vote on your behalf. We're going to do it on your behalf. We call that your
proxy. So yeah, acting on your behalf. So we are here in Victoria and Vancouver, and you are in Michigan or wherever you are. We're going to connect to you. We call that proxy. Just a little thread connecting us with intention.
That's right. Before we get started,
healing.
Because we like to show off, we want to know the
severity on a scale of 1 to 10. So 0 being no problem, no pain, 10 being almost like take me to the hospital, or I wake up with 10 chocolate bars wrappers in my bed, or I haven't used the washroom in a week, or yeah.
So far we've got the chart. We're doing muscle testing. You told us the pain's a 10 out of 10, but because we're your proxy, we just can't walk down the street and heal people. Although wouldn't that make a great reality show if I can do that? I still put that out there. I still want to do that. Called Soar on the Streets. Me stopping somebody in the streets. But before I could work with anybody, John, I definitely would need to have
permission. So in this case, it is your legal guardian of your child. So we have permission from you to work on your child, or just like one-on-one permission from someone. So we're not nosy. Well, we are a bit nosy, but we don't, we won't work on our neighbor without asking them, getting their permission.
That's right. So here's what we have. We have your permission. We're going to become your proxy through that little pretend thread. We're going to find out the severity of the problem. It's a 10. We're going to start muscle testing. Boom, we found the right trapped emotion. Boom, we found it, John. Then what happens, and what do we need?
A magnet. So it's pure energy, and it amplifies our intention to clear the trapped emotion. So, when we bring it up, we're muscle testing, finding it, people can actually feel that in their bodies. They feel it actually come up, out. We take the magnet and we delete it, and it just releases. Poof, like magic.
That's right. They can be any kind of magnets. Today I'm using these little fun ones. They're like toys, kids' toys, and I like to do a long one because it fits in my finger, but one of these would be suffice. But it's too easy to drop out of my hand because I'm the emotional auctioneer and I go quite fast. So I like to use a string of them. And then, did you show us where we need to do with them?
Over the head. So that's the governing meridian, which connects up to all the meridians in the body. And it just, that intention amplified through the magnet, through the governing meridian, goes through your whole body and is able to release through the whole energy system, just evaporates. Gone.
So everything's all ready. And, if we were a wind-up toy, you'd wind up the back. If we were an electronic toy, you'd plug some coins in our back to make us work. But our wind-up toy to make this work is
water. So hydrated practitioner, essential that we drink a lot of water and stay well hydrated. Hence the glass of water.
That's right. And I'm spilling my water. So yeah, I know that's Sylvia. I can see it. Sylvia Bellini. So hydrated practitioner. So we're ready to rock and roll. First, a couple more comments, John, and then we're going to start the session. I'm going to be working on Haley. She's 13. She's Misty Anderson's daughter. And she feels like she needs to do things to fit in. So we're going to find out why she has that behavior.
Yeah.
Helena is saying that my emotion code presentation changed her personal life and the direction of her hypnosis business. And she's very grateful for that. So thank you very much. Okay, Misty, we're going to start. I want to start working on you very shortly. So, John, why don't you, first I'm going to connect with Misty's daughter. And while I'm doing that, why don't you say hello to some more friends for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Ati is giving permission, says she's the primary caregiver, guardian. Pronounced like the car, Audi. All right. Thanks, Audi. Give permission. I have a 5-year-old niece, Avery. I'll write this down here. Working with Avery.
I just muscle tested myself because I couldn't connect to Misty to connect with her daughter. And so I said, do I have enough fuel? And I said, no. So I had to take some more water. So
Drink
if you
up.
look at my muscle testing, so am I hydrated enough right now? It says I am. Do I need to drink more water? No, I'm cool. So right now I'm going to connect with Misty Anderson, who's given me permission to do that.
We have separation anxiety and ultra cautious from Avery here. But yeah.
I'm going to connect with Haley, 13, Misty's daughter. I got her permission, mother's permission. There we go. I'm just going to show you. So right now my muscle test. So am I Haley 13? Am I 14? No. Am I 12? Am I 10, 11, 12, 13? So I just want to make sure I got the right Haley and hashtag Haley Alaska. So here's the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, because remember we like to know the severity. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the severity that I always feel like I need to do stuff to fit in? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So the severity, which she calls it a problem, the severity of the problem that I feel like I always need to fit in is a 10. So what's causing those trapped emotions? They are trapped emotions causing it for sure. Is the first trapped emotion in column A or column B? Is it be even, be odd? Is it odd? Is it 1, 3? It's stubbornness. So she has a trapped emotion of stubbornness. Do I need to know more about that? No, I don't. So boom, that's trapped emotion. That was in Alaska. Is now heading to Victoria, and I'm going to take my magnet and I'm going to delete it so I don't take it on, and plus it intensifies the purpose of deleting it. So we'll just test that. Did I delete the trapped emotion of stubbornness? I am. Is the next one column A? It's column B. Is it even, odd? 1, 3, 5. It's B5. Is it 1, 2, 3? It's terror. Do I need to know more? Oh, it says I do. Okay, was I under 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8? I was 8. So I was 8 years old. Remember, I'm being 13-year-old Haley right now. I was 18-year-old. I had an event in my life where terror got trapped. Do I need to know more? Boom. Trapped emotion heading from Alaska. I'm going to delete it right now. So I'm deleting the trapped emotion of terror on behalf of Haley 13. Did I get it? Is there more? A even, A odd, B even, A odd, B even, B odd, 1, 3, 5, again B5, 1, 2. So it's unsupported. Do I need to know more? I do. Was I under 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8? 8 again. Was this from the same event as before? It was. So unsupported when I was 8. Do I need to know more? So this is the third trapped emotion that's causing young Haley to feel like she never fits in, or she has to do stuff to fit in. A even, A odd, B even, B odd. Oh, look at that. Is it row A? Is it row B? What's that telling me, John? There's no more. Did I erase all the trapped emotions? Let's see what the severity is now. Before the session, what was the severity that I always feel like I need to fit in? Was it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? And now, is it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2? Hey, I thought you said we were done. Oh, you know why? There's the hidden buggers. So there's hidden trapped emotions that are kind of tucked away and we can't find them. Oh, yes, we can. So I'd like to find out the hidden trapped emotions keeping the severity. Is it A, B, B even, B odd, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3? So a little bit of grief is tucked away and hidden. Do I have hidden grief? I do. Do I need to know more? Releasing hidden grief. A even, A odd, B even, B odd, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Do I have hidden terror? A even, A odd, B even, B odd. Oh, so no more hiddens, no more trapped. Okay, John, you carry on. I'm just going to clean up a couple more things here.
Yeah, I did connect up with Avery. Separation anxiety, ultra cautious, and disrespectful when with her father. So I'm just asking severity, and I got an 8 out of 10. So I'm asking, yeah, do you like being around your father? No. Is there a reason why trapped emotion contributing to this behavior when you're with your father, or thinking about going to visit your father, being with your father, being around him? Yeah, creating this behavior. Odd, even. So it's A3. Is it crying? Is it something else? No, it's crying.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just give an update here. So Haley was a 10 out of 10 for feeling like she had to always fit in. That was her problem. And I released the trapped emotions, and now the severity is 0. Okay? And I'm just going to check to see, is there anything else I need to do? No. So I removed all the trapped emotions that were causing me to feel like I always need to fit in. I did. Okay, can I complete this? Yes. Am I done? Okay, I'm just going to disconnect from Haley, and John, you can take over.
Yeah, so we cleared crying, which is like holding down tears and just stuffing down that extreme sadness. And now I'm on to panic. So we're going to get rid of panic, release that.
Last week I worked with my client from Hong Kong. She goes in her car at 6 o'clock in the morning, and on the way to the gym, she sits in the parking lot. And this might be a repeat story, but her daughter would get up every night with night terrors. And she'd go wake her mother up and cry in the room. And so I worked inside of a car with the mother while the daughter was home sleeping, and I released all the trapped emotions that were causing her daughter to have night terrors. So I also helped, I haven't heard from the woman, but I helped her son that was a junk food eater, Coke and Pepsi and chips and chocolate. And so if your kid doesn't like vegetables, we can fix that too.
Okay, I found shock and overwhelm as well.
Okay, shock and overwhelm. While you're doing that, John, I want to see who else is making some comments that we can say hello to.
Yeah, I got an update here from, you can find that, Colleen, Teresa McSpirit. We worked on with the fan favorite procrastination.
Okay, let's do that. I'm scanning right now. Find that. Oh, Colleen, I'm going to read this one. So Colleen, Teresa McSpirit. Have I done a game show for her yet with my game show voice?
If you haven't, it's about to happen.
Colleen Teresa McSpirit. John, thank you again. You helped me with procrastination regarding paperwork related to financial and medical issues. There is no longer my panic around whether it's done or not done. I approached it calmly and with no negative emotions, almost a matter of fact. This is a huge project, and I'm now able to do an hour or more and then set aside and return regularly without any fear. Continuing 1 second at a time, this is truly a life changer. We'll continue to update. Thank you very much. Now, John, before the show, you and I were talking about future shows. Boy, didn't we hit a hot button with procrastination. It was one of the most shared shows we had. It was one of the most viewed shows and one of the most shows that had the most comments. So we're probably going to do one in the November.
Encore?
One. Yeah.
Yeah, it's common. Every week people bring procrastination. Well, people bring a list, and 80% of the time procrastination or lack of motivation is on there. So it's common, right? Everyone goes through that at some point.
Brooke Barlow is saying good morning. Hey, good morning to Brooke. Monica Shirashti. Monica. Hey, Monica. Hello. We're just going to say hello to Monica. Gina Brazell.
You're allowed to do that?
Trainer. And Gina uses a pendulum, by the way. So for those of you that are thinking, oh, you're not a muscle tester, so a pendulum, maybe, Gina, you should do a little video on that, showing people the pendulum. The pendulum is another way to muscle test. There's many ways, it's not just using your fingers like John and I do. So good. And yesterday on the Hangout with Michael show, we had a lot of fun. We had a full hour yesterday. I was teaching, part of my certified law of attraction facilitator program. We teach people how to do the desire statement. That's mean how to write about your desires. So we talked about that yesterday. We had a great handout. Cindy Trost is giving us a pumpkin spice no more. Yeah. Okay, again, if you're watching, let us know. Rachel is saying good morning from Nebraska. I think Audie's from Santa Barbara, so we're saying good to her. And Jeannie Brazell finally got here. Jeannie, we were waiting. We weren't going to start the show without you, but
yeah, because she couldn't find her pendulum, so she was late.
Yeah, so we're looking for a pendulum.
So I cleared a lot here.
Italy is saying my partner's son is a plague.
Jeez, David, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Good thing he can't read English. David, good morning, David. Good afternoon from Italy. Yeah, Delilah's saying, Don't touch the Mac with the magnet. I think many times I've been talking to Dial and put my magnet, and it's like, yeah. So hashtag don't touch the Mac with the magnet. We know that.
That's how it's in the book. There's a story about that. That's how he actually brought the magnet into the seven keys.
Oh, really?
Dr. Brad. So he was playing with this magnet. It was a very powerful one, and magnets are more powerful when they spin. You got the Niken ones. Bring out my XL 4000 here.
Oh, you're such a show off with that magnet, John. Really?
He was spinning it, and the kid fried his computer, and he was just like, "Sweet Christmas, what happened?" And that's gave him the idea to use the magnet for the emotion code.
Yeah. Some people have been asking me about EFT because I used to use EFT. It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And the difference between EFT and the emotion code, EFT, you don't know the emotion and you don't really delete it with the magnet, right? But you can remove stuff. EFT is very powerful, but you can't do it as a proxy. You have to do it on your own. So it would limit you as a practitioner if you couldn't do it and couldn't do it by distance. So that's one of the thousands of advantages of being an emotion code practitioner, course, is that you can do it. This week, I have an international practice, Tasmania, Australia. I could just say Australia, but I like saying Tasmania, Australia, South Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, and here in Victoria. So, and nobody in person. Oh, except for the woman that I met Wednesday for lunch. She runs the Victoria's Real Estate Expo. If she saw me last week in a law of attraction presentation, I got a standing ovation. Okay, I'm bragging. And she came up to me, she said, "What would it take to have you come speak at our Victoria Real Estate Expo?" I said, "Well, let's go for lunch." I already put it in my calendar before I saw her, by the way. And right before we ended lunch and we agreed that I was going to speak there, we're all excited. I said, "Do you have any pain?" She said, "Yeah, my lower back." I said, "Have a seat." Now, if y'all know Cora's, my favorite restaurant, they are not new to my magnet at Cora's. So I pulled out the chart and my magnet, and I corrected her lower back pain in the restaurant in under 4 or 5 minutes. So that's my style. Okay, John, how you doing with your session?
Yeah, there's one more thing here. We clear that. So, so I cleared quite a few trapped emotions here, and then I asked if there's something in the body code. So that's what I'm playing around with right now, and I just found it. So I'm going to just correct this, and then I'll explain it.
Okay, great.
All right, so just take a second here.
Good stuff. So yeah, I've got a couple of little vacations coming up. I'm going to Palm Springs for a week, where the temperature is 34 and this is not U.S. weather, so don't have a panic if you're from the U.S. If you're from anywhere else in the world, you know that 34 is a nice hot poolside day. So I'm going to be chilling out. I'm also on the cover of the Law of Attraction magazine for the new year, and they're based out of Palm Springs, so I'm going to do a photo shoot. I wrote a razzle-dazzle article for them. I think it's like the top 5 things you should be doing daily. So I'm looking forward to meeting that team. Probably going to go for lunch or dinner, and do a photo shoot. And after that, I'm going to Kansas for a week. I'm meeting my friend Eric and Barbara, and we're going to be doing some work there. And I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, so I got something here. So, Audie, if you're listening, and everyone else, right here. Okay, so we had crying, panic, shock, taken for granted, unsupported, grief, stubbornness, bitterness, low self-esteem. And then I went into the body code. I asked if there's something in the body code that could help Avery. And what came up was a disconnection of her heart. That was called the spirit-to-spirit disconnection. And a lot of the time, it is the heart. So what that means, essentially, is that's like broken heart. Like it's a spiritual rip or tear of your heart. So this is like very deep, very heavy stuff here. And so what was causing that was a trapped emotion. And it was a trapped emotion of grief. So something like deep, deep grief actually like broke her heart spiritually, and it just like it's heavy. So clear the grief, connect up the heart, make it one whole spiritual heart, and that's when the miracles happen. So,
wow.
Yeah, Audie, let us know how Avery goes.
Yeah, there will be miracles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last week I had a client who was a little crusty with me in the email. He said, I see that you do a 55-minute session, and then in brackets you say you break that to two 30-minute sessions. Do the math. Okay, cut me some slack here. Okay? So he was crusty even before we met. And then when we met, the very first session was around his irritability. That was his choice. And there was one trapped emotion that causes irritability. And he had it. That trapped emotion got trapped when he was in his mother's womb between the ages of 5 and 6 months old. A little tadpole picked up the trapped emotion. It was bitter or anger. And I heard from him the next day, and he said, my life has changed. One trapped emotion caused him to be cranky pants. That's the results right there. If you want to read a lot more results about the emotion code process and how it's helping our clients and other people's clients, I'm really going to encourage you to join Michael Losier's Emotion Code Hangout Room. And that room is strictly for sharing your success story. It's not a crybaby room. Okay?
No.
It is to say, holy S-balls, look what's happening to me since the emotion code session. And it's funny to hear all the people of food that we've been helping. So again, let me know in the chat. Next week, we're going to be giving you a special link if you want to be on the November 18th panel. I think we're going to probably do it once a month, John, is have a panel party, right? And have people up on the show because, we want to meet Sophie Guru who couldn't poo. And we want to meet, Diane Cheese Whiz and Denise Desserts and these people. And we want them to come on and say, because we helped these people months ago, and they're still not having Diet Coke, Elaine, Lorraine Licorice, Barb Toast and Jam, whole list.
Panel party.
Yeah. Now, John also does the body code. It is like emotion code on steroids, and it's for very deep and other types of issues. So if you think there's something that needs some special attention, go to John's website, aliveandpure.com, ask him a question about that. Both of us have online calendars, which makes it really easy. So you go to our website, you can pull up our calendar, you can see what time slots in your time zone are available. You can book a meeting. We will send you the link to a video like this so we can have a session. Most people like to be, we don't film it. Most people like to be on the video. If you're not into the video, we could make that pretty easy for you, and we can just do it over the phone. So, John, what are your closing remarks today?
Thanks everyone for joining us and watching here. Thanks for volunteering, Audie and Avery and Misty and Haley, Alaska.
Yeah, Haley, Alaska. So we had a lot of fun today. John, what are we doing next week, please?
Oh, put me on the spot. Is it teeth grinding? I think it's teeth grinding.
Is it teeth grinding?
I think so.
Well, I helped two people. That's how we choose the topics, right? It's like I helped two people with teeth grinding this week. I thought, you know what? Teeth grinding it is. Let me check that. Hey, we're subject to change. It is. So here's the schedule, matter of fact. October 28th is teeth grinding. November 4th is PTSD. November 11th, we're taking that off, so we're not going to be here on the 11th. We're back on November 18th with the Brady Bunch panel. And we want to have you on the Brady Bunch panel. I'm going to put Helena, she's going to take a space because we reward loyalty here at the Hangout at the Bro Show. Helena, and who else is going to be on that? Who else? Kelly Grapes. What did you call her?
Claustrophobia?
Yeah, Kelly Claustrophobia or Kelly Grapes. She wants to be on the panel if she's off. So we've got 2 slots, and I think we can fit a lot of people on the panel. And we just want you to come on, say hello, put a face to the name, and give us your update. How's your habit been? What's changed for you? So we want you to join us and do that.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing here. Good luck, Misty, today. she does her presentation today. She's doing an emotion code presentation with the keys.
Good. And I've been mentoring her. But first it was without her permission, but that's my style. So Misty's got her cards ready, right? Yeah, she got her cards ready, and she's been promoting it. She posted a promotion on her session, and I tapped her on the shoulder. I said, I don't like it. do this. And because the first one didn't tell what the problem she solved. So that's something I'm going to teach inside my Train the Trainers. How do you, because some people spend too much time promoting the emotion code when that doesn't mean anything to anybody. So I'm going to teach people what you need to say when people say, what do you do? Don't tell them you're an emotion code practitioner, because like the magnet, it'll just go over their heads. So I'm going to teach them.
Been there, done that. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So what do you do? Even my electrician was here yesterday hooking something up for me. Oh, it's not my electrician, an electrician. And, I'm just too nosy, lifting his arm. And I said, so, wow, you must have some, do you have any pain in, me poking around? I'm not saying, do you want an emotion code session? I'm saying, so do you have any body pain from doing this work? He said, oh, my right shoulder's always sore. And I said, wow, is it sore right now? He said, yes, it is. And I said, wow, and I'm picking, right? And I said, well, how sore? Like, can you feel it? Or like on a scale of 1 to 10, he said, oh, it's about 7. So meanwhile, these aren't far from me on the chart. So when he was done the work, I got him to sit down and I gave him a motion code session. And afterwards, now he's lifting his hand in the air like this. He goes, I haven't done this in years. And at first he said, yeah, it's different. I said, different, dude. You're raising your hand up. You didn't do that 8 minutes ago. Because some people, it's hard for them to say it's completely gone. He said, it is completely gone. It was like this. So put your hands in the air if it's completely gone. Hashtag put your hands in the air if it's completely gone. Well, John, like always, I had a lot of fun with you today.
It was good.
Coming up.
Yep.
And John and I are going to be watching comments today. So if you have any additional questions or comments, put them out in this episode. If there was something that you read today or heard today that inspired you, we'd love to hear from you. And we'd love you to share today's show. So until then, we are the Bros, and we'll see you next Saturday, same time, same place. Cheers, everybody.
Saturday.